الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا المصطفى صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك تسليما كثيرا كثيرا أما بعد فقد قال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم النكاح من سنتي وقال فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Respected ulama and brothers in Islam. In this world, everyone is looking for peace of mind, contentment. We're using all kinds of means how we can have peace at home, how we can have peace in our society. There's so much anxiety around. There's so much unhappiness around. Everything that you look around is just a fast thing. In reality, there's nothing good that you can see. The only teaching that can teach us where we can get the solution to all these problems is to look into the sunnah of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we have 5 things in our lives, then that person is a very fortunate person. And any of these things is missing in his life, then you don't find him to be a happy person. The first thing is wealth. Wealth is very important if you use it in the correct way. First of all, we have to understand that wealth is not ours. It belongs to Allah Ta'ala. So if it belongs to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, then it has to be used how He wants, not how we want to. Man can have any amount of wealth, but it depends how he seeks it. If we seek it in a correct way, then it's obvious he will use it in a correct manner also. If a person today, if he makes shukr only for the wealth he gets today, if he makes shukr, I got wealth, that is not shukr. Shukr is to say, I got this wealth and I use it in how Allah Ta'ala wants me to use it. That is called shukr. Use it in the correct places, not how what you want to do, is what He wants to do. Man has to understand that he has to completely submit himself to Allah in every way. So wealth is a very great ni'mat because through wealth you give charity, you give zakat. There's a lot of benefit in having wealth. You go for Hajj and the rest of it. But with wealth, if a person got health, is very important. With all the wealth, if the health is not good, what the wealth going to do? Health is so important that is more important than the wealth also. Today, man can have all the wealth, but if he does not have a good health, that money is going the wrong avenues. The doctors are making all the money. He's making all the money, but others are enjoying the money. He's not enjoying 1 cent. So the second thing Allah the Nabi Karim says, you must have good is health. There was a king, when his urine stopped, he invited the world to come and cure the thing. Everyone came, no cure. One saint was passing by. He said, what is happening here? He said, no, the king has got a problem. His urine has been stopped, and there's no way they can put him right. So he went in, he met the king. So he asked the king, what will you give me if you get cured, what will you give me? Now a person who's going through that condition, he'll give his whole life, because his life is going away. He said, whatever you ask for. He said, I'll give you half my kingdom. He said, okay. And to the grace of Allah Almighty, he got cured. When he got cured, he went to the king and said, you got cured. The kings were not like us. We don't keep our word. We'll tell yes and after we say no to. So he said, now you got half the kingdom. What reply he gave? That kingdom which is worth one drop urine, what must I do with that? That is how they take the world to be. And we take the world, that we chase after the world. That's why the world runs behind them. The second thing is wealth, health. The third thing is very important, is a pious wife. A woman can make you and break you too. You have to be pious to become pious. To have a pious wife is the greatest gift in this world. There's nothing more greater than a pious wife. A pious wife, if a husband going through any difficulties of any kind, she will assist him. Ayyub alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was very, very sick, the people threw him out of the country. The one that looked after him was only his wife. If you only know a wife, you get a pious wife, she look after the husband. Today in this world too, you find a person who's got a pious wife. If that person is going through some difficulties financially, whatever it could be, you'll find a pious wife will assist the husband. She'll side him. But if she's not a pious wife, she'll leave him and go away. I'm not exaggerating, because there is a case that came to me like that. The marriage broke merely because he went bankrupt. So she left him too, because I did not marry you, I got married to your money. That's what Nabi Karim Sallallahu says, when you look at them get married, some people get married because of status. I'm getting married in this top family, so I also become top. So when he goes down too. I'm getting married because of money. As long as there's money, the marriage works. The money goes, the marriage goes too. I'm getting married because of beauty only. No one says Muslim get married for beauty. Beauty comes second. First comes piety. So you only got beauty in you, then you get married with that intention, that the beauty fades away. It doesn't remain all the time. When once a fever you get, one sickness you get, that fever, that beauty is gone. So you mean the beauty goes, the marriage goes too? That's exactly what does. But if you got married for the sake of deen, piety, then no matter whatever happens to you, she'll stay with you, remain with you, she'll assist you. So the most important thing is to get married for the sake of deen. That is the most important. So you have a pious wife. There's nothing more greater than a pious wife. But today, what must I do? You get pious wife, but the husband, they don't appreciate them today. If the husband sees the wife in namaz, what you doing so much namaz? Although I tell them, whatever you're doing, when the husband comes, turn towards him. Assist him in every way. So with piety, a husband must remember this much. If he's got a pious wife, he must make shukr to Allah Ta'ala. That in every way she will prevent him from doing the wrongs. The third thing which is most important and which we are lacking today is pious children. Pious children. If a person got pious children, he's got everything. Today it's sad to say that we haven't got pious children, because why? They are most disobedient to the parents. And one of the reasons for that is because of the cell phone. I'm not going to go into details. If the father is busy with the cell phone, what do you expect the son to do? If the mother is busy with the cell phone, what do you expect the mother to son to do? There was a time when people should eat together with so much of love. And when they're eating together, they're eating food. Now they're eating cell phone. Either the husband is busy with his cell phone, either the child is busy with cell phone, either everyone busy with cell phone. They're not talking to anyone. I know of a very rich man. I remember him very carefully. What he told me. He said, Maulana, I should wait weekends for my grandchildren to come and meet me. Rich man, wealthy. I should wait for them and they should come and be very close to me. But since the cell phone came about, they come to meet me, but they're beating the cell phone. They don't talk to me anymore. So just imagine where we've gone to. There's time for everything. When you're eating food, Now if you ask that person who's so busy with cell phone, ask him, you eat food, you don't know what food he ate to because he's so busy with cell phone. So much of disrespect has been taken place now that the father called the daughter, come here, or son, come here. She or he is busy with the cell phone, does not even come to respond to, showing so much of disrespect. The cell phone has caused so much to deceive people, to cheat people, to tell lies. All this thing have came because of misusing the cell phone. So a pious child is very important because you know why? When you leave this world, you'll understand the appreciation of a pious child. When man leaves this world, all his actions are closed. 3 things which will really benefit him, and one of them is a pious child. They you'll only come to know when you go into the qabr, and then when Allah must protect us. My dua is that Allah must protect us because that is the first qiyamah. Don't wait for qiyamah. Qiyamah come at the time when your eyes closes, my dear friend. The qiyamah, the kubra is something else. We are not even prepared for this qiyamah. Look at us, forget the big qiyamah. So if you have a pious child, then you'll appreciate this pious child by the time you leave this world. Who will come to your qabr and make dua and maghfirat for you, or from home he make dua and maghfirat. Whatever good deeds he's going to do, the parents will benefit from that. So a pious child, once a mother passed away and the son was going to the qabr and waited there, making dua. The mother comes and dreams, says, son, when you come in front of my qabr, wait a little bit. Because you know what, there's a noor between you so much I can't see your face too. So he goes the next day and he sits there and waits for a while, and then after that he says, son, I saw you. You do not know the value of pious children. Every one of us wants to become that our children will become pious. Did you ask yourself this question, am I pious first of all? I'm an example to my child or not? A child father comes and tell me my son is like this. When I tell a son, say my father is like this too. There was a king, when he told his daughter, the servant, take my daughter and take her around to see and tell me, meet all the people around and tell me whatever takes place there. He took the child, when everyone she met, the king's child now, respect and all. In the end, she came to the door and someone kissed the cheek of the child. So that was reported that everything went well, but at this last point, someone kissed the cheek of the child. The king was disturbed because in my life I did the same thing. That's why it affected my child. Now you and I, when our child does children do something wrong, we begin to think there's something else went wrong, thinking that we are the fault of it. It's because of us. I have done something wrong which affected the child. No one else. Do not blame the next person. Look into your own life, you come to realize that you have done something wrong. That's what caused that child to do that. If you take that child from the age of 6, which Nabi Karim said at the age of 7, do not stop him from going to the masjid, take him with you. How many fathers are doing that? No, the child is still small. The mother will say, he's still small, have pity for him. You mean the teaching of Nabi Karim is not right, now with billah. He is telling you at the age of 7, make sure you take the child to the masjid so that, and the child goes to the masjid, knows nothing at all. He goes there to play. But look at the wisdom behind it. Take him to the mosque. He goes to the mosque. He sits down there. When the father is in namaz, he is playing outside. He's going to wuzu khana, he's jumping there too. The moment namaz finishes, he's sitting like, the big buzruk there. The father to say, mashallah, my son was there. All the time, not in namaz also. But it continuously doing it every day. At the age of 10, what happens? Now the Nabi Karim said, you must be strict now. You open your big eyes now. Now when you open your big eyes to him now, he begins to understand this is something very important now. Now we come to the masjid, he becomes very, very conscious now. But at the age of 15, he reaches, now they become so conscious that he will tell you to read namaz. I know of families today who from the early days I'm talking about, when they were so pious, they made sure that children were very punctual with the salah and all that today, find they do not miss one tahajjud namaz too. And in a small young boys. So every sunnah of Nabi comes is a lesson behind it. Likewise nikah also. Nikah, what is the purpose for nikah? To bring about a healthy society, to bring about happiness among one another, to recognize one another, to complete your iman, because an-nikahun is nisful iman. Before nikah, your condition was different. After nikah, your condition was different. Before nikah, you walk around, you go into the masjid, you see a woman, something goes in your mind. You see all kind of things going through your mind, cross your mind. You came to the mosque, you read namaz, alhamdulillah, but your mind was not at ease. Your mind was not clear. Now Allah Ta'ala gave you something halal. You got married. Now you come to the mosque and think of that wife, that's also ibadat too. Just trying to tell you that's what you can do if you want to do. So a pious child is the greatest gift, and a pious wife the greatest. These things you must remember when you get married. Don't only look at one thing, oh, he's a wealthy person. But look at this, is he inclined towards Allah or not? Because the reason for getting married is to protect oneself from haram. If a person gets married with this intent, Ya Allah, I'm getting married because of one thing, for your pleasure. And secondly, is because I want to keep myself from haram. Wife must assist the husband to protect him from haram, and the husband must protect the wife from haram too. That also becomes ibadat too. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that person who looks at his wife with muhabbat, love, and the wife look at the husband with love, Allah Ta'ala look at them with rahmat. So you can just imagine if that house, the husband look at the wife with love, and the wife look at the husband with love, Allah look at with rahmat, what barakat in the house too. So we have to understand the purpose, what's the reason for becoming, what's the reason to get married. And just imagine to go near the wife, to fulfill one's rights. It's very easy, but just put your intention right. Okay, Ya Allah, I'm going near my wife with this intention, so that I keep away from haram. And the wife must still think of the same thing too. In that way, what will happen? That becomes ibadat. So nikah is like 2 rakat namaz. It must be very simple. And only thing you must remember, who you must choose, what kind of partner you must choose. Choose the correct partner that will bring you more near and dear to Allah Ta'ala. And alhamdulillah, we are very fortunate that nikah taking place. I know the family very well, both the families, very, very pious. MashaAllah, Allah keep them like that. Nikah is taking place. Allah Ta'ala must keep the family together, closer to Allah Ta'ala, closer to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And through this nikah, Allah Ta'ala must bring about progeny of that kind that ever lasts. Not a progeny that will not last. We need progeny. We're concerned of progeny. We live in the world. We're concerned of progeny. Our progeny must last. Not like Boris Johnson, only 2 decades and passed away. He passed away. We want our progeny. That's a concern today. The only way to bring about is to bring about Islam in our homes. Islam in our homes. And secondly is I always say, do talim in your house. Everything you can do with talim in the house. At least one hadith a day before you eat, get together and read it. By you reading the kitab, one hadith every day, it will bring about unity and love in the families. May Allah Ta'ala accept whatever I said and give me the tawfiq first to act on it, and give tawfiq for all of us to make amal on it. Jazakallah. Correct, everything is correct. You are the representative. You are the wakil. And Zuhaira is giving you permission. Zuhaira is giving you permission to have nikah to Janab Usama Hoosen. You want to witness to it? You heard? I perform the nikah. Give me permission to perform. Alhamdulillah. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولا نظير له ولا مثال له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا. وقد قال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم: النكاح من سنتي، وقال: فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Janab Usama, in presence of this congregation, especially Janab Sikandar Ahmad Sahab and Janab Umar Musa Sahab and Janab Naeem Musa Sahab, I've given Zuhaira to you in hand of Nikah, with the dowry being 1 kruger coin. Do you accept Zuhaira as your wife? Say, I accept Zuhaira as my wife. Nakahtuha wa qabiltuha. Barakallahu laka wa baraka wa jama'a bainama fil. Allah Ta'ala is Nikah में खूब बरकत नसीब फरमा, हर किस्म के फितने और शर से हिफाजत फरमा, दोनों जहां में राहत नसीब फरमा और नेक साले औलाद नसीब फरमा. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وأصحابه. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم ثبتنا على الإيمان وأمتنا على الإيمان واحشرنا يوم القيامة مع الإيمان بحرمة القرآن وبحرمة النبي آخر الزمان. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم نسألك العافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا مولانا محمد وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.